Him and Tyler Perry can't play a man to save their life. They play good women, and I believe that the best actor should be in the best role.
But I still think there a lot of stuff that's on today is coonery buffoonery. And I know it's making a lot of money, breaking records, but we could do better.
Listen to me, I would love to work with Eddie. Eddie won't return my call, so maybe one day we'll have a conversation.
Only for Tyler Perry to admit he did start a rumor that I was difficult to work with. He lied.
Him and Tyler Perry can't play a man to save their life. They play good women. And I believe that the best actor should be in the best role. But I still think there are a lot of stuff that's on today is coonery buffoonery. And I know it's making a lot of money, breaking records, but we could do better. Listen to me. I would love to work with Eddie. Eddie won't return my call. So maybe one day we'll have conversations. Only for Tyler Perry to admit he did start a rumor that I was difficult to work with. He lied. For years, there's been a strange silence echoing through Black Hollywood. You'd see A-list black actors rise, dominate, and then suddenly vanish from Tyler Perry Productions without a word. Fans noticed. Industry insiders whispered, but no one really said anything until now. Katt Williams, never one to bite his tongue, is speaking loud and clear, and what he's revealing is shaking the table. Katt isn't just throwing shade. He's exposing the dark side of Tyler Perry's empire. According to him, it's not just creative differences or scheduling conflicts keeping major black actors away. It's a toxic system built on manipulation, poor treatment, and flat-out exploitation. Katt says Perry created working conditions so bad they bordered on abusive. From grueling hours to underwhelming pay, he allegedly pushed actors and crew to their limits, and then punished those who dared to push back. But it doesn't stop there. Katt is calling out the behind-the-scenes politics that no one talks about. He claims Tyler Perry blackballed people, silently cutting off opportunities for those who didn't play by his rules or challenged his authority. Actors who spoke up were reportedly shut out, blacklisted, or made to feel disposable. And with Perry controlling so much of the black entertainment space, pushing back often meant putting your entire career at risk. This isn't just about bruised egos or artistic disagreements. It's about power, control, and a pattern of behavior that's kept some of the most talented black actors on the sidelines. Katt Williams is pulling no punches. And he's not alone. He's giving voice to the frustrations so many others have had, but were too afraid to express. It's raw. It's real. And it's a conversation that's long overdue. Tyler Perry might have built an empire, but according to Katt, the cost of that empire has been far too high. Katt Williams made headlines across the entertainment world with his unfiltered appearance on Shannon Sharpe's Club Shay Shay podcast, where he laid bare what many have only dared to whisper. Tyler Perry's empire is built on exploitation, unfair labor practices, and blatant disrespect toward black performers, especially black women. While much of the interview touched on various figures in the industry, Katt was especially pointed in his criticism of Perry. He didn't hold back, calling out Perry not only for his performances, but for the way he treats the people who help bring his projects to life. One quote in particular struck a nerve with viewers. Tyler Perry can't play a man to save their life. But this wasn't just about acting. It was a deeper dig at what Williams sees as Perry's constant need to control everything, often to the detriment of the talent around him. The heart of Williams' frustration centered on Perry's alleged mistreatment of actors and crew, including long work hours, substandard pay, and a refusal to compensate people in proportion to their value. According to Katt, Perry's reputation for underpaying talent isn't some industry rumor. It's a pattern that has left some of the most respected names in black entertainment struggling to be treated fairly. And perhaps no example illustrates that better than the case of Taraji P. Henson. During his interview, Williams referenced Henson's viral emotional moment in December when she spoke candidly about being consistently underpaid in Hollywood. It was the saddest thing ever because imagine being in your genre, in your subniche, whatever it is. Imagine being in your lane. Imagine being one of the very top of your lane. That to the point where if they don't take you for the role, there's not 3 black actresses that they can say are bigger than you that we're going to give this to. Imagine you being at that point and have to humble yourself and say, they're not paying me, y'all. And they not making my pay go up 'cause I'm doing better or nothing. She cried as she explained how exhausting it is to constantly fight for basic compensation. Despite decades of success, Katt called her breakdown the saddest thing ever and made it clear that Perry was at the center of that conversation. He pointed out the absurdity of someone like Hennon, an Academy Award nominee and household name, still being shortchanged, especially by people within her own community. Imagine being one of the very top of your lane, Katt said, to the point where if they don't take you for the role, there are not 3 black actresses that they can say are bigger than you. And yet, even with all that, she still wasn't paid her worth. Not by the system and not by Tyler Perry, who often claims to uplift and empower black talent. Katt's point was clear. Tyler Perry has positioned himself as a leader in black Hollywood. But the way he treats the people working under him tells a very different story. For all the speeches about representation and opportunity, there are too many examples of performers, especially black women, being undervalued, unheard, and unpaid. Williams' comments struck a chord because they came from someone who has worked in the industry long enough to know the game. He wasn't speculating. He was describing what he and others have experienced firsthand. A culture where those who push back are blackballed, where loyalty is expected but rarely returned, and where financial exploitation is disguised as opportunity. By naming names and demanding accountability, Katt Williams is forcing a necessary conversation about power, pay disparity, and how easy it is for even our most celebrated figures to become part of the same system they claim to fight against. His message is simple but urgent. Respect is not just about offering roles or writing scripts for black actors. It's about paying them fairly, treating them with dignity, and creating a work environment where they can thrive without fear. In what quickly became one of the most talked, the conversation, which began as part of the press tour for The Color Purple, took a deeply emotional turn. Winkered. "I'm just tired of working so hard, being gracious at what I do, and getting paid a fraction of the cost," she said, her voice cracking. This was not just frustration, it was exhaustion, the kind that builds over years of giving everything and still being asked to accept less. What made her words hit even harder was the fact that she was not just speaking for herself. She made it clear that this is a shared experience. "I'm tired of hearing my sisters say the same thing over and over." You get tired. She echoed a pain that so many black women in entertainment have felt, being told to be grateful, to keep quiet, to accept whatever is offered even when the value they bring is undeniable. Taraji also broke down the financial reality that many outsiders fail to understand. Yes, she works a lot, but she made it clear that it is not a luxury. It is a necessity. I hear people go, "You work a lot." Well, I have to. The math ain't matting. The more she works, the more responsibility she carries. Agents, managers, publicists, stylists, lawyers, these professionals all have to be paid. And the burden of keeping a career afloat falls heavily on the shoulders of the performer. She also said, "When you hear someone go, such and such made $10 million, that didn't make it to their account." Henson continued, "Off the top, Uncle Sam is getting 50%, now have $5 million. Your team is getting 30% of what you gross. Not after what Uncle Sam took. Now do the math. I'm only human. Every time I do something and break another glass ceiling when it's time to renegotiate, I'm at the bottom again like I never did what I just did. And I'm tired. I'm tired. It wears on you." What does that mean? What is that telling me? If I can't fight for them coming up behind me, then what am I doing? I'm just tired of working so hard. I'm tired of hearing that my entire career. Henson said, 20 plus years in the game, and I hear the same thing, and I see what you do for another production. But when it's time to go to bat for us, they don't have enough money, and I'm just supposed to smile and grin and bear it. Enough is enough. That's why I have other brands. Because in this industry, if you let it, it will steal your soul. I refuse to let that happen. Cuz wants to smile and grin and bear it, and just keep like enough is enough. And the pay isn't the only issue with him. On top of that, he is now at the center of disturbing allegations that could shake his entire empire. What started as whispers and online speculation has erupted into a full-scale lawsuit. Actor Derek Dixon, known for his recurring roles on Perry's hit shows Ruthless and The Oval, has filed a $260 million suit against Perry in Los Angeles Superior Court, accusing him of misconduct, coercion, retaliation, and fostering a toxic and predatory work environment. According to Dixon, that began not long after he was cast. He alleges that Perry used his authority to manipulate him, starting with compliments, promises of career advancement, and production opportunities. From there, Dixon claims it escalated into persistent, inappropriate messages and ultimately coercive encounters. One particularly disturbing claim involves a trip to the Bahamas where Dixon says he was forcibly. He also alleges that Perry became possessive and jealous when he formed friendships with other men on set in support of these accusations. Dixon provided screenshots of text messages,